Okay, next up in our derivative journey is the quotient rule. You have the numerator is f of x, the denominator as g of x, and if you notice here, this d over dx, d dx, that's the derivative of the function with respect to x. It's just like we wrote f prime of x or y prime, it's just another notation that you will see. So bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom over the bottom squared. So here we go, just follow the formula. Bottom times the derivative of the top, which is 1, minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2, over the bottom squared. All right, and so we'll clean that up a little bit. The numerator will be 2x minus 4 minus 2x. 2x's will cancel out. Over 4x squared minus 16x plus 16. So we can factor out a 4 out of all of that. So we'll have negative 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 4. And we're done. All right, next one here. F prime of x, the bottom, times the derivative of the top, minus the top, times the derivative of the bottom, over the bottom squared. Okay, so we're going to have 2x cubed minus 2x minus 2x cubed minus 2x. And x to the fourth minus 2x squared plus 1. And that is negative 4x over x to the fourth minus 2x squared plus 1. That is the derivative with respect to x. Next, all right, h prime of x is going to be the bottom times the derivative of the top, which is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, minus the top, x to the 1/2, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2x, over the bottom squared. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to have x squared times 1/2 x to the 1/2 is going to be x to the 3/2 over 2 plus 1 over 2x to the 1/2 minus 2x to the 3/2 over denominator squared. And I guess we have like terms here. 1/2 minus 2 is negative 1/2. So we're going to end up with negative 3. Wait a minute. What are we doing here? Let me just backtrack here and clear the fraction with a 2x to the 1/2. And we're going to get 2's cancel out, x to the 4/2, so x squared plus 1 minus 4x to the 4/2 over 2x to the 1/2 times x squared plus 1 squared. And then we'll just clean that up briefly to negative 3x squared plus 1 over 2x to the 1/2 times the quantity x squared plus 1 squared. Do we have to multiply that out and simplify? I'm not going to right now. And finally, one more. Bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom and looks like we just have some like terms. 20 minus 80, negative 160, x to the 7/3, minus 8x to the negative 2/3, over 3 times the quantity, 5x cubed minus 2 squared. And we'll leave it at that.